This video is going to show you exactly how to craft a high converting offer to sell to small businesses built on top of HighLevel, so stick around. Hey, welcome back to the channel where I'm sharing with you all of the lessons I'm learning on my way to 2,000 customers with HighLevel. And I gotta say, I'm really shocked at how fast all of this is taking off, and I'm absolutely loving that you guys are getting value from the channel. Now, I've been a little bit busy lately because I was at the HighLevel Mastermind last week and I didn't get a chance to film a proper YouTube video. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm actually gonna take a lesson on crafting an offer from my free course, Kick Some SaaS, that I recorded it yesterday. And I'm going to share it with you because you'll get just as much value from it. If at any point you're like, man, this is exactly what I want, there's going to be a link down below this video to go grab the rest of the free course to help you get to your first 100 customers on HighLevel. So sit back, relax, grab a pen and paper, and enjoy. Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to Kick Some SaaS. In this lesson, we're going to talk about crafting your HighLevel offer and how to actually stand out from a crowd, but also make a no-brainer offer to your customer without breaking your bank. So without further ado, let's jump right in. And I want to start by talking about the difference between selling a product versus selling an offer. Now, when it comes to selling a product by itself is bad. The reasons why we don't want to sell products and we want to sell offers is because products tend to be very generic. Think about when you go to buy a car or a computer or a notebook, right? It's kind of a boring transactional sale, and there really isn't too much differentiation between all the products that you go to buy. And because there isn't a whole lot of differentiation, the offers and products are easily copied, right? At the end of the day, we're all selling the same product, right? We're all selling HighLevel with our brand name on it. And no matter what kind of cool snap we come up with, snaps are really easily copied. Hell, I'm giving you the exact snap that I give my customers when they go ahead and they buy my software. So I'm literally copying my snap for you. But I'm confident we're not going to compete because our offers are not commoditized the way that products are, right? Products, and you think about, again, buying a car, buying a computer, buying a notebook, it usually just becomes a race to the bottom, and margins are going to suffer when you're selling the same thing as everyone else. Think about how many times you go in the HighLevel group and you go, someone's like, I see they're selling ClickSlow for $39 lifetime, or someone's selling HighLevel for $30 a month. I can't compete. That's because they're selling a product that's been heavily commoditized. They're not adding anything to make it a true offer. Now, let me demonstrate my point here with cars. If you've ever shopped for a new car before, you know whether you buy a VW Golf at one dealer versus the same brand new VW Golf at another dealer, you are buying the exact same product if they are optioned the exact same way. I ran into this many times selling cars. Everybody wanted a white SUV with a sunroof and leather and whatever the popular package was. We were all selling the same thing. So in here, we're going to sell the exact same model car. We've got a 2025 VW Golf. It's brand new, no imperfections, for $30,000. Let's just say that this makes sense. We're selling a lot of these. And then our competitor pops on the scene and they're selling the exact same 2025 VW Golf for $29,000. Now, what happens to this dealer is they either need to match this price because they're selling the exact same product, or they're not going to sell any more cars. Because again, they're not adding anything to the offer and they're just selling the same product. And well, it's really easier for a customer to look at this and go, well, why would I pay an extra $1,000 over here? I'm just going to go and find the cheaper price. And that's why we actually go for an offer. Okay, we create an offer. Selling an offer is good because it gives us a lot of differentiation. And when you're thinking about an offer, I want you to think big picture. All right, when I'm going to demonstrate this in a bit with the same car example. All right, what you put around that product is what becomes the special part of the offer. Yes, everyone's selling the same product. You're selling the same product as 100 other people, but it's all those little ancillary things around the product that are going to make your offer stand out. Okay, because your offer is also going to be based on outcomes. Okay, if you're going in and you're saying, oh, my software has this feature or this benefit or that benefit, and no one's really going to care because everyone has the same thing. But if you can boil down what you sell to a simple outcome, it's going to be much easier for your ideal customer to understand. Right? Take Wi-Fi, for example. Okay, you never ever think about the Wi-Fi, but you're going to think, oh, if I pay them $80 a month, I'm going to be able to access the internet reliably with a decent amount of speed. And for you, that offer of I pay them $80, they give me fast, reliable internet, that's a good deal for you, or that's a very simple outcome-based offer. You're not going to ask about all the exact gigabyte speed. You're not going to ask about how many ports the back of the router is, or it's Cat 5 or Cat 6. None of that's really going to matter to most customers. Okay, you're just going to say, if I give you money, will I get this outcome? Will I get this result? Yes or no? And if it's yes, you buy the product. And the last thing about an offer is that you can change an offer independently of your product. So what we can do is we can sell the same product and use multiple different offers and still end up selling to different people or selling at different price points because we're changing the offer and we're not changing the core product. Think about when you're shopping for a new car. Every once in a while, they'll put a lease special on something. You're selling the same product. The car stays the same as it was last month, but the lease special this month is better. It's a better offer on the same product. Same thing with 0% financing or extra rebates when manufacturers will put them on a car or take them away from a car. All they're doing is they're changing the offer around who's buying the car, but the car, which is the product, stays exactly the same. And speaking of making offers, we're going to actually bring back our 2 Volkswagen Golfs. Except you'll notice that this one here is not $29,000. This one they're now selling for $36,000. If we're selling based on product, well, it's clear this dealer is selling a $30,000 Golf is going to sell 100% of the market, because why would I go pay $6,000 more to go get the exact same car? But when we turn these products into offers, the choice becomes a lot less clear. So this one here's $30,000, but it's 100 miles from home and they offer a 3-year warranty. But for the extra $6,000, it's 95 miles closer to my home. They're going to cover it for an extra 2 years. I get free car washes, driving lessons on actually how to drive, because maybe this dealership is catering to younger people. With a smaller car, it's easier to drive. They're giving me driving lessons, and they're also going to give me program the GPS to all the best food places around town. I'm not going to have to go, oh, what do I want to eat? I can go right in the GPS, and the dealer's already programmed all the best places to eat for me. So what we've done is this is 2 completely different offers. You've got this one over here, which is like, well, it's the lowest price, nothing's included, and that's why it's so low price. Come here, get out. This one over here is unabashedly more money. It's $6,000 more. But in the customer's mind, now they start thinking, is the extra 2 years of warranty, is the car washes, are the driving lessons, is the GPS program to the like all of these extra things. Now your customer doesn't become, what car do I buy? It becomes, is all this extra stuff worth the price difference? And we can even compound this again. We can add a 3rd offer into the mix. Keep these 2 here, but let's go even further up market. Let's have somebody come over here and they're going to sell the same 2025 VW Golf for $55,000. And I know the idea of a $55,000 Volkswagen is probably like, holy shit, I would never buy that. But now you're going to look at what else is included in that offer. Because again, we're not looking at just the product. We're going to look at the offer, the ancillaries around the product. 25 miles from home. You still get the extra year of warranty. You get 3 years of warranty, but they're also going to include 2 years of your maintenance, right? All of your oil changes, tires, brakes, all that's included for 2 years. Same free car washes, and they're also going to pick it up and drop it off for service every single time in that 2-year period. And they're going to set the whole car up for us. It's custom settings. We're going to tell them what we want the car programmed for, and they're just going to do it at the factory so we get into it and we don't have to set anything up. And they're actually going to drive it for us. They're going to include a chauffeur. So now we're looking at this and we go, oh, all of a sudden, maybe the $55,000 for the Golf makes sense because of all the extra stuff that was added around the actual product. And you'll also notice that these are probably catering to 3 different people. Again, you've got on the far left, we've got the, you know what, I just want the cheapest price. Give me the basic car, I'll be on my way. You've got somebody over here who's still pretty price conscious, why it's only, $36,000 versus $30,000. But maybe they want to learn how to drive the car, and maybe they kind of want to get to know the area. They want the GPS program for the best food, and that extra 2 years of warranty is like, you know what, maybe I'm not handy, I don't know how to fix stuff, so I feel comfortable paying the extra money to get all of this stuff here. And then you've got the baller. This is probably an older person. This is someone who's probably, again, they've got more money, they're more established, and they might be like, I just want convenience. I don't even want to drive. I'll pay for the chauffeur. I don't want to learn how to set the thing up. I just want to get it in drive. And you know what? You guys are going to pick it up and drop it off, and I don't have to think about a thing. That's worth money to me. Same thing with the maintenance. If you guys are going to cover that, and you know what? I'll give up the extra year of warranty because I might not have this car for a full 5 years. I like to trade cars often, so the extra year on the warranty is not important to me. And you know what? I'm willing to drive an extra 20 miles and spend the extra money because I get all of this stuff here in the offer, and that's worth the extra money to me. So even though we're all selling the exact same product, we're all selling the exact same car, we're going to attract 3 different avatars with these different offers. And the avatars that you would attract with these car offers are not that different from the avatars you would attract in the SaaS world. So this VW Golf here, that's really the cheapest price with no frills. This is kind of like your click slow. This is your $30 lifetime high-level offer. This is just the person, they only care about the price. And you know what? They're going to leave you as soon as they find a cheaper price. So these are not the people that I want to cater to. I don't think you want to cater to these people either, because you can't compete. You're always going to be competing on price, and it's going to be really, really hard to make profit. On the other end of the spectrum, this is the person who just wants you to do absolutely everything for them. They're willing to pay a premium for it, but damn it, they want what they want, and they want it done right now. When they snap their fingers, they want you at their beck and call, because they're paying almost $20,000 more for the same product. I don't like to play in this space, okay? Because when you're dealing with this clientele, you're almost just a servant to them, and if something breaks or they start have a wild idea, this is more of like a full service agency, full custom done for you everything. Somebody's gonna come in here, they're like, I want this done, or I want this changed on this webpage, and they're gonna call you at 8 o'clock at night, and they're gonna want it done that night before the next morning. And they go, hey, I'm paying you all kinds of money, you work for me, go do it. I don't want to deal with this person. Okay, I'm not gonna price accordingly. I'm not gonna do a lot of custom agency work with HighLevel. Because I don't want to attract this type of customer. I want to bring the person in who's a little bit less price sensitive, right? They're willing to pay more, right? They're willing to pay a little bit more than the bargain basement pricing, but they're more of a DIYer, right? They want to learn, right? They want kind of guidance, and it's like, you know what? Just program the GPS for the best food. Tell me where the best food places is. I can make a decision depending upon how I'm feeling that day. But I'm still prescribing a system to them and say, hey, look, these 5 or 10 restaurants are vetted. These 5 or 10 email sequence frameworks are vetted. Pick the one that works best for you. This person likes to tinker. This person, again, is not price sensitive, but they're not paying to have somebody at their beck and call either. This person's still going to be relatively low maintenance. So this is where I like to play in the SaaS world. And also, I'm sure you're wondering, with this whole exercise of as I'm adding offers and it's attracting different types of people, and the decision got really, really murky as to which car was the one for you to buy, that demonstrates the importance of why you only make one offer. Because if you're starting out, it's really easy to figure out your ideal person when you're only trying to attract one type of person. In the beginning, if you're only making one offer, you can come up with very simple messaging, because again, you're only catering to one type of person. On the operations side, when you're still trying to figure this out, if you've never done high-level SaaS before, it keeps your operations simple when you only have one thing to sell, because it's literally just one SOP for every single customer. Everybody gets the same treatment. Everyone buys the same product. Everybody, for the most part, is roughly the same. There might be a little bit of variation here and there, but for the most part, everybody, 95% of your customers are getting the exact same treatment. And when you figure out that product market fit, simple is easier to scale, because each customer is going to take less of your time, because they're pretty much getting a pre-prescribed framework. They're getting a pre-prescribed system that you've already defined for them ahead of time. And it allows you to handle more customers while keeping a smaller, leaner team. So you can handle more customers with less people on the operations side. Speaking of scaling, again, one offer equals simple scaling. It's easy to expand when everything is the same. Think about McDonald's. When McDonald's was just starting out, 80% of their customers only ordered a hamburger, cheeseburger, fries, and a Coke. Like, that was it. That was their entire menu. The only customization that you could get at McDonald's was whether or not you wanted cheese on your hamburger or not. Okay, were there people that walked into McDonald's and said, you know what? I want a chicken sandwich, or I want a burrito, or I want fajitas? Sure. McDonald's said, you know what? Great. If you want to get a fajita, you can't get it here. Go somewhere else. Because 80%, they catered to the 80% of their customers to keep it simple, so they could scale to as many locations as possible. And that's kind of the mentality you want to keep with your SaaS. When you come in and once you figure out your framework, figure out your offer, stick to it and serve the masses. Serve the 80% of people who come in and are okay with things as they come, because that's going to give you less processes that you have to figure out. If you're not deviating, you're not doing custom one-offs for every person that comes into your system, it's less to learn, it's less to iterate. You're going to find your ideal offer, and you're going to find your product market fit faster, because there's less knobs to turn, so to speak. And then finally, again, I'm going to hammer this point home. It's easy to scale, because if you're serving everyone the same, again, hamburger, cheeseburger, French fries, and a Coke, you can add people easier because they don't have to learn as much. And you can draw from a larger labor pool because more people can do that simple job. And now the question becomes, how do we craft a powerful offer that is easy to communicate to your ideal customer? And we're going to do that by focusing on completely delivering on one outcome. Now, what do I mean? That means that we're going to solve one single pain point. And the pain point that HighLevel likes to hammer home as kind of their signature offer is we're going to solve the pain point of missing a call, or our customer missing a call in their business and then failing to schedule an appointment and possibly ultimately losing a sale or a customer over that missed call. What's nice is if we can solve that one pain point, that solution touches 5 different features. Those 5 features are the phone and the SMS. So we have to hook up the phone system and hook up the SMS system. It touches the CRM because everybody who texts in and everybody who calls in, we have to keep track of all our customer records and how we interacted with each person. It's going to, once we can get them scheduled for an appointment, it touches the calendar feature. All of the texts and all the frameworks and all the conversations and actual messages going back and forth are based on the automations. And then also visualizing where all of your customers are at in the sales process. Because the person who texted us 3 weeks ago might be thinking it over, while the person yesterday, they might be on the brink of a deal, and you might have multiple salespeople touching a deal. So we can organize everybody into a pipeline so your entire business can stay on top of who's doing what at any one given time. Because I think we've all tried to run a business from our phone with just our texts, and you're sitting there and you're just scrolling back and forth through text messages, trying to find a message and trying to scroll back and see what was said. In a CRM and in a pipeline, everybody's basically organized by where they are in that sales process. And again, it's really hard to talk about 5 different features versus focusing on solving one single pain point. And once we have that pain point identified, what we're going to do is we're going to build a framework and a process around the solution on how to solve that one pain point. All right, we're going to build a system, we're going to build a framework. Eventually, this is going to be a snapshot. But we're not going to sell the snapshot, we're going to sell the framework. We're going to sell the strategy of how this pain point gets solved. But we're going to tell everybody it's built on top of our software. So they're not necessarily buying the software, they're buying the solution, they're buying the framework. They just need the software to implement it. Once you've done that, give it a cool name. All right, give your system, give your framework a really cool name. It helps further differentiate you from others from selling a similar result or outcome. For instance, I'm going to go way back to McDonald's. When they first started, if you've ever seen the founder, they talked about their kitchen system. They just called it the Speedy system. That was their fast food system. It was the Speedy system. The framework, the process had a really cool name. It was easy to understand. And anybody who walked in the kitchen and says, this is the Speedy system, you knew exactly what they were getting, versus them having to explain the entire process and all of its nuance. And then once you give your framework a cool name, you want to price it competitively. Now, when I say price it competitively, I don't want you to give it away, but what you want to do is you want to make the outcome that you're delivering worth way more than the price that your software costs. Okay? The framework on its own should be a good deal before you add your bonuses. For instance, missed call text back. 97, 197, 297, kind of in that range depending upon the market that you're selling to. A missed call, a missed customer could be worth $1,000. So if you position your framework as, I'm going to help you get one extra customer a month for $1,000 as customer, I'm now delivering to you $1,000 a month in value, and my software is only going to be $197 a month. Right? That's a 5x return. That's a good deal before I even add any bonuses. That's kind of what I want you to think about when you're pricing your framework, when you're pricing your offer. Is the problem that I'm solving worth more than what I'm charging for the software? If you can do that, that's a good offer. That's a good start. Next thing that I want you to think about after you identify your framework, you give it a cool name, you give it a cool price. I want you to sit down or even talk to some of your ideal customers and identify reasons why they might say no to purchasing it. Okay, think of reasons why people might not buy this. Typically, reasons why they might not buy is why they might not think that they are ready for this. If you're selling missed call text back, you might be getting, my phone's not ringing enough, right? I'm not getting enough calls, or, I'm not really getting that much traffic from social media, so people aren't texting me and calling me, and I'm not really missing them, or, I don't have a website. Random things that people are going to say why they don't need that thing yet. The other objection you're probably going to get is always going to revolve around money. Well, I'm paying for all this other stuff, and I can't really take on the extra expense right now, right? Identify things that they're already paying for that they can't add your thing to their budget. This could be things like website hosting, email services, scheduling software, social planners, right? All of these things they could be paying hundreds of dollars a month for that you offer through HighLevel. And once you've identified those things, these become your bonuses. So right now, your framework makes sense at the price point you're offering, but then they go, you know what? That makes sense. That's a good deal, but I'm not really ready. I'm not getting traffic. I'm not getting phone calls. I'm not really missing stuff. I have all the business I can handle right now. Well, that's when you add something like education to the software and you go, you know what? Fine, I'll make a basic course, show you how to go local SEO, show you how to get the top page of Google, and make your phone ring off the freaking hook. When your phone's ringing off the hook, well, guess what? You're going to need my service. Same thing. If somebody they say they're not really getting that traffic from social media, you look and their content sucks. You can go and say, hey, you know what? Here's a course, here's education on how to make social content that people are going to comment. They're going to convert. They're going to call you. They're going to message you, whatever. They're going to create the conditions necessary for your offer, for your automated response, for your automated appointment scheduling. So you can basically say, look, I can make this rain for you for free with the education attached to the offer. And then when it comes to all of the stuff that they're already paying for, the websites, the emails, the social planner, the Calendly, whatever they might be paying for, you can just position all those features as free software that you're adding to your framework. They don't have to know all you did was click a button in the HighLevel screen and they got it for free. To them, that's going to be a value. And to them, they're like, hey, you know what? I'm paying $300 a month for all this extra software. If I switch over to this other software, they're going to include everything I'm paying for free. So that's going to actually, that bonus is going to tip it way in their favor versus the money that you're asking them to spend. All right, so once you actually have defined your results-based framework and you've given your free bonuses, this is still not a complete offer because there is one thing missing. I'm going to give you 2 seconds because that's all the patience I have to identify what it is. Pause now, write it down. Okay, you can unpause now because risk reversal is the thing that is missing. Okay, because even though you give them a results-based framework, you knock down the objections with all of the free bonuses, and they go, hey, you know what? I'm not really getting traffic. Well, I'll show you how to get traffic for free. Yeah, well, I'm already paying for this stuff. Well, I'll replace it all for free, right? You may still knock down all of those objections, but there's still going to be people who sit on the fence and go, yeah, well, what if it doesn't work? I don't know you. I don't trust you. I don't really see a whole lot of Google reviews on you. I'm still skeptical. So a risk reversal is meant to address those people, the people who literally have no other rational thought but to go, I just don't trust it, or what if it doesn't work? So what we're going to do is we're going to offer either a free trial or a refund period to put those people at ease and remove the risk from them. On a free trial, it's literally how it sounds. We're going to let them try the software before they actually have to pay for it. And on a refund period, we're going to make them pay upfront to use the software, but we're going to give them a period where we'll give their money back if they don't like it. All right, and let's talk about free trials. When to use a free trial? Free trials are great when you're talking about organic traffic, if you're talking about social media, watching videos on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, things like that, because typically you can give your software away for free in your copy. Because again, they can try it for 2 weeks, or they can try it for 30 days, however long they want to try it for. You can give it away for free on social media, and people love grabbing free shit on social media. Just if you've ever tried to give something away, it's way easier than selling something for money. So if you have a free trial, you can give it away using organic traffic. Free trials are also great for evergreen pages with a video sales letter on them. Now, a VSL, video sales letter, it's a much shorter presentation. It's like 5 to 10 minutes long. It's typically on a website homepage or on a funnel page. That's really not monitored 24/7. It just kind of exists. And when people look at the page, they read it and they make a decision to buy or not, right? There's no real selling going on. The selling is just in the video or on the page. The reason why we use a free trial is because it's there's much less friction in that sale. It's much easier for someone to watch a video and go, hey, you know what? I'll try it. Click the button, put the credit card in. And they know that they're not getting charged, not actually handing money over yet. They're more likely to do that in a lower pressure, kind of lower touch environment. It's also good if you have a brand new Stripe account, okay? Because new payment processors, when you first set up your Stripe account, you set up a payment processor account, you do not have a reputation yet. They don't trust you at all. So if you have people trying your software for free, you're not actually processing any money yet. Versus if you're collecting money up front and you have a lot of refunds. That's basically going to tell the payment processor, hey, this is a high-risk merchant, and they might shut you down. So if you have a fresh Stripe account, I would advise that maybe you want to start with a free trial to start getting people onto your software. If you're not sitting with them one-to-one, you're doing a VSL, you're not doing a full webinar where you can answer questions in real time. Important note though, if you are doing a free trial, you must have upsells and order bumps if you're running paid traffic to a free trial. If you're spending real money on day 1 to get someone to say, I'll give you money on day 14 or even day 30, you're gonna run into a cash flow problem really, really, really quick. Because again, you may have paid $100 in ads to get one trial. Let's assume you paid $10 a lead and it was a 10% close rate. That's $100 per trial. And that person's not going to give you $100 until 30 days from now. You now have to float that $100 for 30 days. That's bad because you're going to spend way more money before you collect it and you're going to run out of money real quick. So by having an upsell or an order bump for $37, $47, $137, that could be a course, it could be education, it could be onboarding, whatever it is, get creative, but you want to actually have upsells at the point of sale. So now you're spending $100 to get the person to swipe the credit card on the trial, and then you're hitting them on the next page with a $37 book, or you're hitting them with a $37 course, or an ebook for $100. Whatever it is, now you're getting some of that $100 back on day 1. And you're profitable. You're not yet profitable yet, but the idea is to have enough upsells so that you are profitable on day 1. So now you can spend your 100, make your 100, and then you can spend 100 to get the next person. And it doesn't matter how long it takes for them to go on the trial because you're profitable and you're running paid traffic. But that's a whole other lesson. That might be a Q&A call. The main takeaway I want you to do on this particular lesson is that if you're running paid traffic to a free trial, make sure you have an order bump or an upsell as part of your offer. The next type of risk reversal I want to talk about is your refund period. Now, a refund period is great if you're running paid traffic, again, because we talked about the cash flow problem. If you're running $100 to get somebody to get a sale, if you're running $100 and they pay you $100 up front, well, you made your money back right away, right? You're not waiting to get your money back. They're also really good for live sales. If you're on a webinar and you're selling an annual plan, a bulk package, something that's $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, right? You don't want to tell somebody, hey, by the way, it's $3,000, but I'll let you try it for 2 weeks. The likelihood of someone, a higher ticket sale is an emotional on-the-spot purchase. The likelihood of somebody actually converting on a $3,000 trial is almost zero. So if you're on a webinar, you're doing a live sale, you're asking somebody for the sale and the money right up front, one-to-one or even one-to-many, have them pay up front. When you go, so what do you want to do? Okay, I want to buy it. Cool. Which credit card? Get your credit card out. We'll swipe your credit card or go over to this page and go fill out this order form. You want to collect the money as soon as they say yes. That's when we're going to use it. It also works when you're first starting out and you kind of need cash right now. You can't afford to float a sale for 30 days on a trial. That's another reason why you might use it. That's also another reason why you might sell annual plans through a webinar, because you get those shots of cash, that $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 deals. You'll get them right up front at the point of sale. However, if you have too many refunds, if you make your refund policy way too lax or way too long, like 30 days, I try to stay away from 30-day refund policies. But if you are going to do a 30-day refund policy and you get a lot of refunds, payment processors don't like that. They don't like handing money and reversing charges. So if you have a lot of refunds, it's going to get you into payment processing trouble. They might freeze your account. They might shut your account down. They also absolutely hate when you take somebody's money and then 60 days later, you have to give it back. That is like the worst thing that they do. So if you're going to offer a refund period, state it in your terms of service very clearly. And I try not to go any more than 14 days. In fact, I do a 14-day refund period and typically a 14-day free trial if I can. That's generally where I start. And then if I have to dial it up or dial it down based on the feedback I'm getting on the offer, that's about, I'll do it on a case-by-case basis, offer-by-offer basis. But that's where I'm going to start. I'm going to start with a 14-day refund. I'm going to start with a 14-day free trial. And I don't care what this guy says. Do not offer a guarantee, at least not yet. Okay? Guarantees work and guarantees have their place, but I do not want you offering a guarantee if you've never done this before. Okay, when you would use a guarantee, guarantees are really only used when a business knows its numbers. Okay, you know exactly, and you have a large volume of data, you've got a large customer base, you reasonably expect a certain outcome in a certain amount of time. When you know your numbers, you have an established, proven offer, and you have a predictable result. If your customers have defined milestones, they have defined KPIs, and only after you have all of that established and the math is in your favor, do you offer a guarantee. Let me say that again. The math needs to be in your favor in order to offer a guarantee. All right, and to demonstrate my point, let's take a look at HighLevel, right? When you do your HighLevel kickoff call, you actually have the option to waive your 30-day trial, pay up front for a discounted rate, and I think they also do a customized onboarding. Again, they may have changed it. Don't nail me to a wall on that, but they do offer a really special offer if you're willing to waive the trial. Now, why would they do that? Because the math is in their favor, and they know from thousands and thousands and thousands of users, if they can get you to stick for 90 days, and they can find success in 90 days, I think it's your first 3 clients in 90 days, they know that you're going to stick for I think it's over a year. You'll stick for over a year if you can find 3 clients in 90 days. And they know that because they've had thousands and thousands of customers go through their system. That's also the same when you see somebody going into, hey, we're going to deploy this ad or we're going to deploy this framework. If it doesn't work, you don't pay. The person running the ad already knows it's going to work because they've tested it on thousands of people before they made that ad. So I think this horse is dead a little bit. If you're just starting out, do not offer a guarantee. But if you have a couple hundred or a couple thousand customers and you're seeing your KPIs and you know what needs to happen for them to see success with, again, the math needs to be in your favor, that's when you start offering a guarantee. And here's the reason why. If you fail to deliver on a guarantee, even if you honor the you don't pay bit, it's going to ruin your reputation, right? Think about Babe Ruth. When he called that shot, he was guaranteeing that he's going to hit a home run. That story would suck. He wouldn't have the reputation he does if he missed it, right? If he didn't deliver on that guarantee. Same thing with Joe Namath. Was it Joe Namath back then? I don't know. Some old sports guys will look it up. He said, hey, I want to win. I'm going to guarantee it. How many times do people guarantee a win and they lose? And you never hear from them again. So even if you honor the if we don't, you don't make your client pay, failing to hit a guarantee is going to ruin your reputation. So that's enough on guarantees. Let's move on. Let's look at what a complete offer looks like when all the pieces are there. Number one, we're going to have a results-based framework. It's going to have a cool name. It's an easy to understand result. Think about the Wi-Fi. You pay me money, you're going to get on the internet somehow, and it's going to be a reasonable price. The delivered result, the advertised result, is worth way more than the money that you're asking. Then we're going to add a bunch of free bonuses in here. Again, I might put free in quotes because, well, it's going to cost us some money to deliver them, but they're also baked into the price. And these are going to either replace things that they're paying for, or they're going to erase all of their reservations and overcome all of their objections. And then finally, we're going to offer some sort of risk reversal. And again, this is going to ease those people who are just skeptical for no reason, or they go, well, what if it doesn't work? The risk reversal is going to help clean those up and convert those people and get those last couple of sales for people who may have still said no after these 2. And with that said, I will see you in another lesson. Good luck crafting your offer. Any questions, drop them in the group. So there you have it, the framework for a high converting offer with HighLevel. And if you like that video, you will like one of these 2 videos here up in the corner, and I will see you in one of these.